And both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead. And it's almost that time. To 2K Sports, we've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We'll be topping out there with Jaden McDaniel. Then it's Flag. Then there's Christie, and it's Chamberlain in at the center position. And for Golden State, Shaedon Sharpe is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Zion Williamson. And it's Carter in at the 3 spot. So, Legs, here we are at the very beginning of an NBA season. Were you a quick starter, or did you have to build up as the season went on?
Well, Kevin, I didn't have a choice. I always tried to come into training camp in the best shape of anybody in there. I wasn't going to run around too many guys, so I had to run away from them. I learned that early in my career. But, you know, sometimes you don't necessarily shoot the ball well out of the gate. That really was season by season.
Now here is Carter, following the miss by Wilt Chamberlain.
And so tenacious on the attack. I love seeing Carter go all the way on that one.
Pass to Christie. Jacks up a 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Williamson. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Here's Flag. Pass to Christie. Here's Flag. Chamberlain a screen. 6 on the shot clock. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lillard, the pass to Zubac. Now, here's Sharpe. Now, here's Zubac. Fires from the wing. And it's Sharpe missing.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And here are the Warriors now after the basket by San Antonio. Lillard scanning the floor. Will it go? San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Flag. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Williamson. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
After 4 seasons in Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga moves on, and he was the guy that they drafted number 7 overall. But after a lengthy free agency saga in which the Warriors and Kuminga exchanged several proposals, and they had several sign and trade discussions, Kuminga lands elsewhere. So his run in Golden State is over. They're losing a good young player. Let's see how they can replenish the cupboard there in Golden State.
Certainly something to watch. And Shams, we appreciate the report.
Selfless play from Flag. If your shot isn't there off the action, you have to give it up.
And Lillard gets to Carter. From past the arc. And another 3 for Golden State.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Here's flag. Scoreless thus far.
Possessing great handles at that size. Flag is very adept at breaking down the defense in that pick and roll.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Zubac. Zubac, a screen on Chapman. Here's Williamson. Here's Zubac. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Will Chamberlain picks one up. The Warriors shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Here's flag. Christie has the open look. Hits it from three-point range. Christie's got 6.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Lillard from outside. Rebound San Antonio.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Carter against McDaniel. Chamberlain with a screen on Carter. And finished off by McDaniels.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
Now here is Carter. He's got 5.
And that's what Carter does best. Knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Pass to McDaniels. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
Now, here's Sharp. No scoring in this one. Williamson, the pass to Sharp. Pass to Lillard. A 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Chamberlain got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
The shot's good from Christie.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to Los Angeles. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes here for the Warriors. Barnes, he's checked in for Williamson. And it's Coulibaly in for Shaedon Sharp. Coulibaly, bounce pass. Carter against McDaniel. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Lillard. To the middle. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Here's flag. Pass to McDaniels. Puts it up. And the Spurs scoring again.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Now here's Lillard. Coulibaly with it. Barnes finds Carter. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Carter's got 9. Here's flag. 6-point lead. Now McDaniels. 7 points in the game. Pass to flag. Tapping a screen on Coulibaly. And there's the try. And that one's good. Flag.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now Coulibaly. Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. 5 points in the game.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. changes for Golden State. Turner comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Zion Williamson subbed in for Carter. A different look now for San Antonio. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
Thank you, guys. Zion Williamson is one of the most gifted athletes this game has ever seen, but now he's taken his commitment to conditioning to another level. He said, I definitely see the difference. I'm feeling like I don't exert as much energy to get to a certain speed. My movements are swifter. Back to you.
A scary thought. Okay, Allie, thanks. A free throw drops for Suggs. The Warriors making a switch here. Collier's checked in. Both free throws good from Suggs.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Turner. Barnes outside. And here is Williamson. It's deflected.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
Here's Harper from the corner. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Well, it just shows you can do everything right and still come away empty-handed.
Now here's Turner. There's a good screen from the arc. And it's Collier missing. San Antonio leading by 8. Pass to Harper. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Suggs. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Warriors shooting 47% from the field to start things off. Collier, that's good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Harper. And Harper slams it in.
Oh, showing the hops there. Harper can get up with the best of them.
And here is Williamson. And he makes that one.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Spurs lead by 6. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Zion Williamson. Koulibaly is out there with Collier. And there's Miles Turner, and it's Barnes, and it's small forward.
Unbelievable. It defies physics. How can a guy that big stay in the air that long?
Sarr against Turner. Song, the pass to Harper. Now, here's Suggs. Over Koulibaly. And there's Suggs on the assist by Harper. And the Spurs lead by 6.
As he develops his game, I see Harper with the ability to be a great facilitator.
Harper comes with the double team. Here's the screen. Back to Koulibaly. Over Suggs. Suggs with some nice defense.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Here's Sarr. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it's going to be on Miles Turner.
There's just so much potential for Sarr. He's got that Wemby-like build with a lot of skill.
And Tim, watching Alex Sarr, it's clear he can be a defensive game changer.
Well, his versatility is what jumps out at you, Kevin. Able to guard the three-point line and protect the rim. He's everything you want in a shot blocker. Timing, length, and verticality.
And the Warriors making a change here. Sharp's checked in.
Using that momentum to just prepare for liftoff. Suggs with a problem on the drive.
Pass to Sharp. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Here's Suggs. He's got 6. GA here about 3 levels score. But is it just 3 levels?
That's a great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
Jonas is checked in for Harper.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Jonas. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jonas has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Collier. Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Crowder. The tray. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Williamson with it. He has 6. And Lillard gets it to go.
A downright lethal 3-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Pass to Song. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Here's Suggs. Back to Crowder. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jonas. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Sharp. Back to Lillard. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He better be careful now. That's 2 on him, and the last thing you want to see is for him to pick up his 3rd before the half ends.
Here's Salon. Launches a 3. The rebound by Sharp. With the drive. Out to Turner. No one near him. Nice jump shot. Good.
Makes decisive decisions on the hardwood. Once Turner saw the catch and shoot opportunity, he was locked and loaded.
Pass to Jonas. And a miss there on the triple. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Koulibaly. Low block shot on the way. That one off the back iron and out.
And that's a blown opportunity in close. He'd sure like to have that one back.
Right side, Suggs. Pass to Salon. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Barnes is checked in for Zion Williamson. Carter comes in for Koulibaly. And it's Collier in for Damian Lillard. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Chamberlain with a screen on Sharp. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. McDaniels on the wing. Pass to Chamberlain. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line, protecting the rim, but also able to see the entire floor. That is where your best communicator often resides.
How did you grade your defensive abilities when you played?
I battled, Kevin. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. That's the way I looked at it.
The defense trying to stifle Flag inside, but even the physicality won't stop this young man.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. The free throw drops for Collier. That one misses. Spurs leading by 10. Now Flag. He has 6. Pass to McDaniels. Four on the shot clock. There's the drive. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And Flag throws it down hard.
All right, rookie. We see you. Cooper Flag put on a show with that one.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Changes. Zubac is checked in for Miles Turner. Zion Williamson comes in for Barnes. And it's Coulibaly in for Collier. Williamson, the pass to Zubac. Back to Williamson. Down low. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Zubac.
For his position and scoring prowess, Zion certainly puts up good assist numbers.
Carter against McDaniel. Pass to Flag. Tapping a screen on Coulibaly. No good with the triple. The Warriors shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. And stolen by Christie. Here's Flag. And Flag throws it down.
When Flag sees the lane, he's going to exploit it.
Pass to Zubac. And here's Carter. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Chamberlain got 7 rebounds in the game. Carter against McDaniel. Now Flag. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Here's Sharp. Oh, and he jams it right over Cooper Flag.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Pass to Christie from deep, and he's good on the 3 ball. Christie's got 11.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Williamson. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Here's Flagg. 10 points for him. Chamberlain with a screen on Koulibaly. Stolen by Zubac. And so it's San Antonio riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
I don't want to
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
Well, I think for the Warriors, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be picking up that big old dub.
So, Shaq, how many of those Game 1 home openers did you actually win over your career?
AOT, Artie, all of them.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm giving credit to their front office. They've methodically added talent to their second and third units, and you see the results there, Shaq.
Yeah, they've got scorers coming off that bench, and that's what you need. In a long season, different guys have to step up.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One of the stories here, Max Christie getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Golden State. Down by 15. The next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Getting underway now in the second half, and here's the 5 for Mitch Johnson. Chamberlain is out there with Toppin. Then there's Christie. Then it's Flagg. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Christie, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
I was shooting.
Warriors shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Pass to Zubac. Back to Lillard. And stolen by Flagg. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And the whistle blows. It's going to be
y'all is running into my players. Get out the court. Get out the court.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Koulibaly, he's checked in for the Warriors. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Flagg. And Flagg throws it down.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Flagg finding ways to succeed offensively on an NBA court.
Toppin against Williamson. Zubac with the screen for Carter.
I'm moving over the screen.
It's an illegal screen.
When a pick like like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And it's flag missing. Warriors trail by 14. Here's Koulibaly. Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. You know, Jim, when you look at Bilal Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
Yeah, 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skills.
3 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Chamberlain got 8 points.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Sharp the pass to Zubac. Now Williamson. Top and covering. Pass to Koulibaly. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Williamson missing. Spurs leading by 14. Here's Christie. And Chamberlain with the stuff. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length, no way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Chamberlain.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That sends Vince Carter to the free throw line. That's on Jaden McDaniel. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So, Tim, you ended your NBA career a little bit early because of knee problems, and at 34, you made the transition to broadcasting and have excelled so much. What has that journey been like?
Well, certainly, Kevin, I wish I could have played another handful of years, but you're right. The knee injury forced me into this line of work, and I'm blessed and grateful because I can stay connected to the game. I get to watch it every night with a front row seat, and hopefully I get to make people a little bit smarter about what they're watching.
Oh, you do, believe me. You definitely do. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. The NBA studies
Foul.
other leagues.
Don't do it, boy.
I'm a fan of what
Let's
baseball
go, boy.
did with the pitch clock and the size of bases.
Let's go,
the engagement and
let's
the
go,
entertainment
boy.
value of the game. If they're able
Max.
to make changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to do the same. Kevin?
Oh, Lord.
Some
Jesus,
forward
Max.
thinking. Allie, we thank you very much.
Oh, don't get mad.
Carter looking around. On the wing, Koulibaly. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Koulibaly's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Christie against Sharp. Chamberlain with a screen on Sharp. McDaniels outside. To the paint. That's tipped and stolen by Williamson. Carter outside. Golden State moving it around. There's the lob to Carter. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Man, I love seeing Carter take flight. Ben Saturday, a powerful dunker on these alley-oops.
Pass to McDaniels. Weig with it. He's got 12. 6 to shoot. Back to McDaniel. And that's around. San Antonio will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
Collier, he's checked in for the Warriors. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Golden State. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Koulibaly. A three-pointer off the mark. San Antonio's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Harper, no good. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Carter has it in the corner. Pass to Collier.
Oh, what a pass.
Falls coming off Carter's feet.
What a pass.
Carter's got 3 assists now in this one. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Spurs making a switch here.
Yakachunas!
Yakachunas is checked in. Spurs leading by 11. At the elbow, it's Czar.
Foul.
And just miss after miss right now. Williamson right side. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. To Salon, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Carter outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Carter's got 19 points.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
In order to cut into a lead the way that they have, you must be outstanding on both ends.
Here's Yakachunas. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Williamson right side. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
That's a fact. Yo, y'all gotta stop.
In the corner, it's Koulibaly. No good on the triple.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage.
Into the lane. That's tipped.
Let's go.
3 on 3. Back to Suggs. Inside. And stolen by Williamson. 1:15 left to play in the third. Floats it up for Williamson. An emphatic LU jam.
Well, you can throw that ball anywhere for Zion Williamson. He's going to go get it.
Spurs leading by 10. Here's Yakachunas. 7 points in the game. Here's Czar. Carter pulls it in.
Come on, Czar.
The defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Over Czar. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist from Williamson. Carter's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Warriors. 29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Czar throws it down.
How about Czar? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Carter dishes to Williamson. Pass to Zubats. Golden State moving the ball around. driving inside.
Damn it.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Here's Jonas. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. It's San Antonio up 7. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Sharp. Harrison Barnes is out there with Edwards. And there's Miles Turner. And it's Lillard in at the point. That's the Warriors' 5. Right side Turner. Let's go. Rebounded by the Spurs. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Back to Lillard. And it's Suggs with the ball here for the Spurs. They have a 9-point lead. Turner against Song. Here's Suggs. Connects from three-point range.
Oh, terrific move offensively from Suggs. He is locked in on that shot and finishes.
With some arc, Lillard misses.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Ooh, let's go.
Good. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Lillard finds Sharp. Now here's Turner. And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Jonas. Sar with the screen on Lillard. He takes it in. Jonas' shot is good. Jonas has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
On the wing, Turner. Lillard outside. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Outside Crowder. Here's Jonas. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Barnes kicks to Lillard. And another three for Golden State.
Catch.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Here's Jonas. Warriors with the rebound. Barnes passes to Turner. Over Sar. The shot by Turner, no good.
And that's a good look for him. He just couldn't connect.
Foul.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Shaedon Sharp picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Spurs?
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
Well, how about the damage they've done attacking the basket? The defense has had no answers for how to slow them down in that area. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's Jonas. Pass to Salon. Shot clock at 5. San Antonio again missing. Warriors trail by 12. To the inside. Zubac, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Jonas. Pass to Crowder. And here is Suggs. Sarr sets the screen for Suggs. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's the break. Williamson finds Zubac. Here's Collier, defended by Crowder. And that one drops.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes one right to the hole.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Barnes is checked in for Golden State. Johnson comes in for Collier. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys?
Thank you, Allie. And that one's good. Flag.
Using the size, flag going to work around the rim.
Inside, here's Johnson, and it's Johnson with the jam.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Well, he saw the opportunity, and he went for it. I love his competitiveness.
Christie, good on the triple. Christie's got 19 points.
And that's his second 3 of the half and his 5th overall, really lighting it up.
Carter against Christie. Williamson kicks to Zubac. Williamson up top, guarded by Chamberlain. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And the Warriors with some changes. Sharp checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Lillard subbed in for Johnson. And so here is Golden State. They trail by 16. Spurs have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the 4th quarter. Pass to McDaniels. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And that is a high-quality shot. You will take it every time from that close.
Carter outside. Zubac, a screen on McDaniel. And it's Carter missing.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Christie against Lillard. Pass to McDaniels. 5 on the clock. Flag. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Spurs lead by 20.
This rookie flag is tough. Willing to take contact on and convert through it.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Max Christie.
Yeah, and his percentage from the
Max.
tonight seems almost
Not you, Max.
I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Now flag. Chamberlain with a screen on Sharp. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
McDaniels against Carter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. And here is McDaniels. Takes it inside, makes it off the glass.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And the dunk by Zubac. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Cooper Flag.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
San Antonio calls timeout. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the fourth. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. And it's Suggs missing. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Warriors. Koulibaly with it.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First free throw is good. Different look here for the Warriors. Zubac is checked in for Miles Turner. Zion Williamson comes in for Barnes. Vince Carter is checked in for Gary Payton. And Lillard subbed in for Collier. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Jonas is checked in for Flag. It's hauled in by
Oh, that's
Zubac.
not a rebound?
The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Williamson outside. Pocket 6. Here's Carter, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Here's Jonas. Baseline Jay on the way, offline. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You'd never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Max Christie.